Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly update for Friday, February 26th. And as always, thanks for spending just a small portion of time to stay informed and stay in the loop on what's happening here in Pinckney Community Schools. And as always, I'll just start with a quick COVID update. The trends are continuing to stay where we want them to be, which is declining and at an extremely low rate. We're back at 4.4%, which is very similar to the numbers that we experienced in the summertime, and statewide numbers continue to decrease. And so just great news along those fronts. Here in Pinckney Community Schools, we had one positive case identified earlier this week, and that was a student at Country Elementary, and that was in direct connection to a family member. So that individual is doing well, and we're very excited to continue to see the positive trends here in our county and within our own school community. And when it comes to quarantine numbers, we're still relatively low, extremely low to be specific. And the numbers are about 25 or less at this point. And a large portion of those numbers are actually contributed to a situation I know many are aware of involving our hockey team. And as you may have seen an article in the paper or heard situation where another team had an athlete who was exhibiting symptoms, actually got tested, and during that process of waiting for results, participated in the competition, and shortly after tested positive for COVID. Per the guidelines that we're following from our local health department, our whole team had to be quarantined. It's a close contact sport, and that was a tough pill to swallow. And we were definitely frustrated. Our team has been working hard to just get back on the ice, and they're doing really well. And just I would say lack of good judgment from some adults, supported this occurring, and it could have been prevented. And we as adults have to do our parts. We have to continue making those sacrifices, making good judgment calls. It's hard to see our kids sit out and not participate. But once again, our actions can have a domino effect to those around us, and it definitely impacted our hockey team. But I'm also very confident that there's a resilient group of young men that are going to come back just as strong, if not stronger, continue their successful season. So, because that's what we as Pirates do. And on that front, I just want to remind everybody, when we're out as parents and we're able to see our children compete, whether it's on the basketball court, could be in the pool, at a wrestling meet, at a hockey game, the guidelines from an MHSAA stipulate that we have to have our masks on. And we've had a couple of instances where we do have spectators not wearing their mask the way that they need to. And that creates an uncomfortable situation for us. And I ask that you not put us in that position. We don't want to ask anybody to leave if they're not going to comply. We all have to do our part. Our athletes have to wear masks in some of these competitions. They're roughly an hour, hour and a half, and we can do that as well. We need to make sure that we're keeping everybody around us safe. We're honoring the guidelines that are set forth. It's awesome to have all our student athletes here in the winter competing once again. And let's be supportive. Let's be supportive as Pirates as we continue through the rest of the season and enter the spring season, which is going to be upon us very quickly. So just appreciate that. In terms of vaccines, some exciting news. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, the 27th of February, Livingston County is holding their first second dose clinic, and that's going to serve approximately 750 educators throughout Livingston County. The clinic that we were supposed to have last week got canceled because, once again, I stated there's issues with the weather and the vaccine's getting here. And so now they've consolidated two clinics. And so there's a large group of educators getting their second dose, which is excellent. And on top of that, on Sunday, there's another clinic for 500 educators in Livingston County to get their first dose. And right now, we only have about 200 educators left on the list to receive their first dose. And so that's out of approximately 1,600 that sign up for the registry. And so hopefully we'll be able to take care of them in a week or so, and get everybody at least that has been on the registry their first dose, and we're not processing getting that second dose administered. And so that doesn't mean that there's not other educators in Livingston County who have gotten their vaccine, because they may live in another county or be able to get it through their own primary doctor. But this is just through the process that our Livingston County Health Department has put together in cooperation with the local school districts here in Livingston County. So exciting news along those fronts, and continue moving forward. And along with just spring coming upon us, and I love this picture here behind me, just representing what is waiting for us, hopefully in a few short weeks, a month. But it's a good time to see the change in seasons, that we've definitely been feeling this past week, but also feeling some positive momentum in terms of COVID and moving forward. So along that lines and positive momentum, yeah, I've shared with you that we've been using our recent bond funds to help resupply much needed computers. And back in December, we put an order in to replace all our staff computers, and that order has been slow in getting here, but they are sending us small shipments when they become available. And we just received 24 computers last week, and we already allocated those to our K-6 PVA teachers. We're trying to get them in the hands of teachers, get those new devices that will work the way they need to help support the teaching and learning at home and here at school. And as we get those computers and they keep coming to us, we're going to roll them out as quickly as we can. And so I already heard some great feedback from teachers saying just love them. I mean, it's not the Chromebook that they think what a Chromebook is. It really is just an awesome computer, top of the line, speed, display, 2-in-1, has a stylus, touch screen. And so we're excited to be able to do that and help support our teachers who've been working so hard throughout this entire process. And we also just had our board approve new computers for all of our students K-12 for next school year. And that's the 21-22 school year. They're Dell computers. They're 2-in-1 touch screens, great display. Our students are going to be extremely happy when they do receive them because it's such a vast difference from what they're used to using. And it'll do everything that we need it to do from this point on and moving forward for at least the next 5 years. So excited about that. And just speaking of the first day of school, just put it on your radar. The first day of school is set. It's August 30th. We do have a schedule. We'll get that published in the next month or so for the upcoming school year. But August 30th, which is the Monday before Labor Day, is set for our first day of school. Don't anticipate that changing. I know we had some changes last year given the uncertainty of COVID, but feeling pretty confident we're gonna move forward with that. And just a question I have too is people asking about the 5-day-a-week format. This year we got a 4+1. We had to get a waiver for that, and that's a unique situation with COVID. And I know a lot of people love the 4+1. There's definitely benefits, but the expectation from the state of Michigan is that our kiddos are in school 5 days a week, and I think that's the right decision. They need to be here. There's definitely some impact on families when we are not here on Fridays, and honestly too on employees. We have some employees who are not working full time. They're not here on Fridays. We have our bus drivers, we have our parapros, we have some support staff that they're not getting paid, and that's been a burden on them, and we understand that, and we've looked for opportunities to kind of use them throughout the year, do some additional training, and but it doesn't replace a whole 5-day-a-week schedule. So that's definitely something that we don't want to continue, and we want to keep these people here. We want them to keep them part of our Pirate family. And that's something that we need to be considerate of as well. So, but we will start outlining more of our plans for next school year as we continue to evolve, and we're planning and starting scheduling meetings. And we've already talked about if we can put together some options for possible PVA. That's a variable because there's just a lot of things that can impact that in terms of just interest in numbers and staff availability and obviously and the cost as well. And so we got to take a look at it. We want to provide as many, once again, quality educational opportunities that are appropriate for our students and for our staff. And so, but we'll be sending out some surveys and some information in the near future as well, just to get some feedback from you as parents and what are you looking to have your students enrolled in for next year. So along those lines, I think that's about it for this week. Thank you as always for spending a little bit of time with me and staying informed. Thank you for your support. We appreciate all you are continuing to do as parents and supporting our teachers and our district. And proud to be part of this Pinckney community as schools are just starting to think about offering face-to-face and trying to reintegrate students, whether it's hybrid. I'm so proud that we're able to offer this both our PVA and our face-to-face in September 8th, and our kiddos are reaping the benefits of that. And I know you as a community are so appreciative. It's just the feedback I've gotten has been tremendous. So thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody back here on Monday. Let's go Pirates.